right, it's probably going to be too noisy in here. We're probably going to complain about the sound and everything, but I don't care because there's a good atmosphere in here. People are buzzing, they're happy as they're leaving. And that's not very common. When Arsenal come to Anfield, we don't leave with smiles on our faces. Usually we've been absolutely battered. It happened early on in the season, but not today. Not today, man. And of all of the times to come away from Anfield positive and not after losing the game, crazily we've done that after going down to 10 men so early on in the game. And yeah, obviously, look, we'll speak about the red card, but that's not the narrative today. Arsenal, the 10 men that remained on the pitch, they saved Granit Xhaka from being the villain, from being the talking point today. Because every single one of them, and this is what you need your team to do when you go down to 10 men, every single one of them raised their game by that 10% to make up for it. I can't remember seeing Arsenal play this well with 10 men probably since the Wenger days, where we used to go down to 10 men quite frequently, and we just knew how to deal with it. Today, look, you know, the stats of this match are going to be a bloodbath, okay? They're going to be absolutely awful, and they're going to show domination, and that's what it was. Liverpool dominated us, but you know, one area they didn't dominate us in was goals. Talk to me about what Aaron Ramsdale had to do all game. Like, what amazing saves did he make? We've seen him in games this season make brilliant saves. This game, what did he do? What amazing saves did he pull off? Yeah, they missed an open goal towards the end. Ben White clearance off the line. That's it. That is it. And I'm sorry, you know, even if it was 11 on 11 and it was 0-0 and we had them miss an open goal and Ben White clear one off the line, I'd be saying, what a performance. But with 10 men and so early on the pitch, that is phenomenal. Arsenal today put a proper performance out there, and one to be proud of. And you can take the mick all you want if you're a rival fan saying, oh, you know, you did nothing in front of goal and you got dominated. Yes, we did. But look at the context we're talking about here. An already depleted side, massively depleted side. Arsenal fans who don't exactly love Granit Xhaka were over the moon that he was back in the team today. That's how bad we are in terms of our midfield options right now and just overall our squad depth. And then so early on in the game he gets sent off. We all thought we're done. Come on, we all thought we're done. Our players worked themselves into the ground, absolutely into the ground. I think no one more than Kieran Tierney thought he was magnificent the way he played the game today. He really just epitomised what we were all about. Bukayo Saka, non-stop running. He literally, I felt like, ran himself into an injury. I'm just praying, absolutely praying that he's going to be okay for the North London derby, because my God, we need him. Who else? Lacazette led by example, led from the front, constantly working, constantly doing whatever he could. Gabriel Martinelli, that boy, honestly, I don't know what batteries he runs on. He is not human. He is not human, man. He is just something else. He carries on all game. Only time I saw him stop was after the full-time whistle when he fell to the floor. I really am very proud of this performance from this team, because going down to 10 men against Liverpool is no joke. It's not easy at all. And we were just brilliant. We were absolutely brilliant. So look, I have to give the team a lot of credit today, and I really have to say I'm immensely proud of that performance. And also, I don't think it was ever a question, right? But if anyone ever wanted to ask the question, are these players playing for Mikel Arteta? You know, the one time where you get that answer is when you're really up against it, when the backs are up against the wall, when it's easy to hide, when it's easy to just not track a run. Because trust me, if Liverpool scored one goal in that game, the game becomes easier for Arsenal. Then you're not facing wave after wave after wave of attack, because Liverpool know, right, we've got the one goal. They can kind of like take their foot off the gas, lower the intensity a little bit. That's the easy thing to do in football when you know you're up against it, just to kind of go a little bit easy and make it easier for yourself. But we didn't do that. Every single run, we tracked it. Every single challenge, we made it. We did it wholeheartedly. The amount of running and hard, sincere graft that I saw in that team today really shows me this team are playing for the manager properly. And this manager has got this team doing exactly what he wants. I'm really proud of the boys today. After the game, every single away fan stood in their seats, stood on their seats, clapped that team as they came over to our end. And, you know, all game, we had one chance, maybe Bukayo Saka's chance, and I'm not going to talk about him missing that because he was shattered when that chance came to him, and you cannot blame him. You know, when you're that tired, when you've done that much running, your technique does go. So, you know, I'm not going to blame Bukayo Saka one bit for not converting that. He did so much defensive work. Even when he went down and they were trying to sub him off, he went off the pitch. Tavares came off, and then Tavares was going to come on, and then he put his shirt back on, so Saka stayed on. And the next thing that happens is Ramsdale's kicked the ball right into the corner, and look who's running it down as best as he can is Bukayo Saka. He just did not stop. And you know, performances like that, you've got to applaud them at the end of the day. You've got to rate them and take some pride in that. As for what put us in that position in the first place with Granit Xhaka, you know, like, I don't want to be too harsh on him, because there's some red cards with Granit Xhaka. I pull my hair out because I think to myself, you've been selfish and you've
Come on! How shit must you be, Liverpool? 10 men. 10 men.
Proud of that.
And you failed to score.
Proud of that performance.
I was proud of that, man.
Love it.
Come on. Arsenal. Come on.
But listen, about Granit Xhaka, there's somewhere I feel like he's been selfish.
Come on! Let's go, Arsenal! Come on!
That's how it feels today, man. Everyone's buzzing because it was a proper performance and we just haven't seen enough of them. In fact, in the comments below, I want you to tell me, when was the last time we went down to 10 men and you saw us play that well with that much heart?
It's been a long time.
It has been a long time, man. But listen, with Granit Xhaka, what I'm saying there is that on this occasion, yeah, he let us down, don't get me wrong. It was a silly challenge to make, but it was Granit Xhaka trying to do the right thing. Earlier on this season, when he got the red card against Man City, I felt like that was him letting his team down. This one was, we know the flaws in his game. He's not the most aware player. I think that personally, in that moment, he should have known that obviously someone's going to be there. He's going to be challenging someone for the ball. You can't put your foot up that high. He should have put his body into the ball. Should have tried to go shoulder to shoulder. That way, you know, you're not making it as easy of a decision for the referee. So again, it's one of Xhaka's things that he's not the smartest person, especially defensively, but even he was trying to do the right thing. And even, do you know what, 10 minutes into the game it was difficult, and then after he got sent off it was unbelievably difficult. We've got a huge game next in Tottenham, but do you know what, I kind of feel like this is the worst sort of game to have before North London derby, because these boys are going to be absolutely shattered. But you know what, I'm not even going to talk about Tottenham. I'm not going to go negative or down in the dumps about anything today, because that was a performance to be proud of. That's my takeaway. And I fancy Arsenal in the second leg against Liverpool. If we can play like that, first we did it against Man City, a proper performance. Now we've done it against Liverpool. We're here to compete against the top teams. Well done, Arsenal. Well done, Mikel Arteta. On to the derby.